Alright, what's up, y'all? So this is LA Jordan here with High Talk Radio. So this is part 3 of gluttony and whatnot. Okay, so let's just take a second and just really talk about like gluttony in general, right? Before we dissect the last part of the video, which was the response. Okay, so let's sit there. Let's talk about gluttony for a second. A lot of times when we hear gluttony, we often refer that to food and just food only. But to me, gluttony is not just about food; it's about what you consume. What makes it gluttonous is the overconsumption of whatever it is that you overconsume, right? So if you overconsume food, gluttony. If you overconsume social media, gluttony. You know what I mean? If you overconsume men, it's gluttonous behavior. We call it other things, but it is gluttonous. Let's see. You know, your overconsumption of whatever it is that you go to overconsume. If you use too much water, you're gluttonous. You know, and it starts to affect who you are. Because a lot of times overconsumption could be something, and it's not really that deep. Like I say, you use too much water. Like I'm probably one of the people in the neighborhood that's don't use too much water. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I use a lot of water. But you know, when gluttony becomes an addiction, is when it becomes your method of escapism from a problem. And a lot of times, gluttony is tied to escapism and avoidance and trauma, right? Because most of the time we overindulge in something, you know, for fun. But then, you know, when life gets hard, sometimes what was once fun becomes troublesome. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to, when we're down, we want to feel that high. And what's higher than fun? What's higher than being happy? Even if it's a placebo, which means it's temporary. It only lasts for a certain amount of time, or it actually doesn't really exist. It's all in your mind. But, you know, back to what I was saying. You know, but fasting, like, this summer, on accident, I got an opportunity to fast. And I mean like really fast, right? I'm like one of them diet queens, okay? Because I can literally, back in the day, I used to go on these really extreme diets, right? I remember one time, y'all, oh my God, I went on this diet where it was like no red meat, it was no, what was it, like no red meat, nothing with sugar in it, no carbs. It was like, I was like the meanest I have ever been in my life. Oh God, excuse my language, but dead serious. I think I was such. You know how you be telling people like you got to stick up your ass. It was that period in my life because I felt like it was because I was malnourished in spirit because I wasn't eating sugar and carbs. I don't care what you say. Soul food hit different. It hit my body different. I don't know. I need it, but you know, I was one of them like diet queens. You know what I mean? I'm changing up my diet. I'm experimenting with health, you know, food and stuff like that. So like, you know, but I've never fasted before. Seriously, and I mean fasted for like 24 hours and stuff like that. I had never really fasted before. Like when I was younger, my church used to do a fast, but we'd do like a 12-hour fast, right? And we were Christians, okay? Because, you know, I think like other religions, you know, they do like Ramadan and, you know, Muslims, they fast and stuff like that, which I think is really amazing. And they have like restrictions in their biblical text, you know, pertaining to the body. And, you know, in Christianity, we have things in our biblical text specifically about like fasting. And honestly, I think it does actually speak about swine in there as well, but we like to overlook it because I'm gonna eat my bacon. I'm sorry, Lord, if I gotta go to hell for bacon, I'm going. But we do actually have dietary stuff in the Bible as Christians, you know, about fasting. You know what I mean? I mean about food for the body and stuff like that. But fasting being the most important, you know, dietary emphasis in the Bible, we never really talk about that, you know, in religion. We really don't. We never focus on it, you know. And I do know like some churches, actually, like Christian churches, you know, when I was younger, it wasn't just my church. Like it was like some churches used to actually fast together. We used to do this like as a church unit. You know, we you know have like a week fast, you know. And of course, you know, like there's certain people in there that had like, you know, diet restrictions, so they had to eat, you know, every so often. So we do like a 12-hour fast, and you know, a certain time we'll all eat together, you know, per day, and we do fast like that. But it is really, honestly, important for any person. I personally feel like for even children, you know, to fast from things in life, and not just like food, but people, environment, your job, you know what I mean, your family. It's important to fast from these people and from these environments and from these things of familiarity, you know. And like I spoke about this in one of my podcasts before when I was saying like, you know how kids will do that leap year from high school to college. They'll do that one little leap year. That's kind of sort of them fasting from what's familiar to them and allowing them to go out and experience, you know, life and stuff like that. They're fasting from their environment. They're fasting from what they know. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we're all entitled to fast, and not just from food, but like from everything. You know what I mean? We're entitled to do that, and I think we should do that more often. You know, as leaders, you know, like I said, we get so caught up in like what other people want, what other people need, trying to be there for this person, trying to be there for that person, and you know, life throwing a little. As soon as you plan a vacation, life throw a little hook at you like this, and then next thing you know, your plans get deferred. But on some real stuff, every year I feel like every leader needs to like completely shut it down for themselves. Like you need to go ghost from everything, even your family, if you want to, for a year, but definitely go some of your responsibilities of being a leader. And I feel like you need that for yourself. And then fast. You know what I mean? Like literally don't eat. And a lot of times, a lot of us will say, well, I can't not eat. I'm too skinny, this and the third. If you're eating correctly and you're eating a lot, you have a lot of food stored up in your body. So I think you're going to make it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make it. You're going to be all right. And even still, you can just eat fruit. You can eat vegetables, little small quantities along your fast if you feel as though, you have dietary restrictions and stuff like that. But I definitely feel like everybody deserves at least 1 week fast from like everything in life. Everything and everybody. Just everything, everybody. Like change your whole environment. Like if you're from the city, go live in the country somewhere for like a week. Or if you're from the city, go live on the prairie somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Go ski. Go do something different. You know what I mean? Detox from everybody. Put your phone on. Do not disturb the whole week. Like don't get on social media at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, it allows you to really detox all the things you consume and overconsume, and then your body detoxes it. So when you come back into that environment, you're clear headed before you begin to consume again. And then even then your diet kind of changes a little bit because you know what you don't want and what to restrict now and what will not cause you as much stress, which was causing you to overconsume the last time before your fast. Think about it.